The Constant Companions through Eshia North, June 11, 2014. For more information please go to eshianorth@wordpress.com. A short update on the energies. As you have perhaps already ascertained, these brand new energetic layers cannot be likened to anything you have been immersed in before, and so the feeling of bewilderment, and perhaps even a sense of loss and sadness will be rampant for many of you. You see, you have truly become untethered from all of the old in such a way, it can in many ways be likened to that image of an astronaut floating in space, unhindered by gravity, but also seemingly disconnected from everything that has kept him safe. Well, in this, the former is indeed true, but when it comes to the latter, nothing could be more wrong. You see, you have indeed become disconnected from the old, but as you are not yet fully able to savor the full scope of these truly life-enhancing new circuits that you have become so deeply connected to, you may at times feel like that astronaut struggling for breath as he starts to panic because he thinks he is running out of air. But you are not running out of air, but in this, it can be a bit like starting to breathe all over again, in a way that may feel unfamiliar to you at first, and so, it may make you feel like you're having to struggle to do something that used to come naturally for you. We speak in convoluted terms as usual, but what we are trying to convey is this: everything around you and indeed within you has become renewed in such a way, it will take some time for you to get acquainted with it all. And in the interim, you may be apt to feel at a loss to even begin to explain the why, who, and what of it as we have discussed before. Be that as it may, this is simply a transitional phase for you all, and one that goes far, far deeper than anything you have ever experienced before. So again we say that all is well, and you are indeed exactly right where you are supposed to be. It may feel more than unfamiliar, in fact, it may even feel downright empty and devoid of any and all markers that can help you to settle in, but that is simply because you have stepped into such a powerful light. It will take time for all of your senses to adjust to it all, and so like someone stepping out from a darkened room and into the full glare of the midday sun, you will scrunch up your eyes and turn your head the better to protect yourself from all of this light. And not only that, this can also be likened to stepping out from a silent chamber and out into a wide open space all aflutter with sounds and signals coming at you from every angle. So in order to help yourself to adjust to this new and so much brighter and indeed busy environment, you may feel yourself shutting down a bit, stepping back and doing what you can to help yourself to start to sort this out. You will all need time to adjust, for in this brand new energetic environment there is so much information flying around it can at times be likened to be out in a downpour that will leave you feeling out of breath and almost drenched to the core. But you will get used to it. In fact, you will soon find yourself literally swimming around in all of this energetic noise. You will begin to separate the different strands from each other. You will begin to learn to truly see what all of this is all about, and you will begin to pick up new bits and pieces that again will help you to unravel what may seem to be a huge and overly complex tangle at first. And then, as you separate the strands, you will also begin to see how to connect these strands again into some very interesting bits of interconnected singularities that again will compose a whole new meaning, not just for you, but for all of humanity. Again, we speak in parables, but we do think you will all get the gist of what we are saying. You have arrived, dear ones. You have taken that decisive step out into this huge, endless ocean of new possibilities. But at first, it may seem more like you are struggling to just take a breath without being inundated by these new and far more restless waters, if we may use such a word. For this huge ocean, this vastness of creation waiting to come into being is not simply sitting there, ready to be activated. It is already alive, it is already churning and undulating and moving about the better to be able to realize all of the inherent potential it carries within. And so, you may at times feel more than a little bit buffeted about by this constantly moving and shifting energetic pool of infinity, but do not let that lead you into thinking that you are hopelessly floundering in this huge body of water. Think of it more as being fully embraced by it, and that it is doing what it can to help you to find your footing, and most of all, help you to find your own inherent creative urge that in turn will make the two of you dance that wonderful cosmic dance of creation that will make all of this hitherto untapped potential come fully alive in every sense of the word. So take all the time you need to settle into all of this, for you do indeed have all the time in the world, and then some. For now, there are no limits to what you can accomplish, for you have bypassed those old laws of limitation once and for all, and now, all you have to do is to allow yourself to savor it in every way you can, and then, you will make it all come alive in the very best way it can. For you cannot do anything wrong, nor can you miss out on doing anything that is essential in this huge and complex recreation process. And even if you may seem to find yourself at an impasse and at a loss to even begin to understand just why you are here in the first place, know that this too will pass, for it is simply a part of this whole process of attuning yourself the better to find your bearings in this hugely complex and almost overwhelmingly fertile new environment you find yourself in. So stay safe in the knowledge that all is well, and that you will all find a way to navigate these exciting new waters, and even if you do find them to be rather on the daunting side at the moment, you will soon be frolicking alongside your brethren, just as we have told you on countless occasions before you would.